As you may have seen from part 1, there seems to be a bit of a theme happening here. We have some more fine specimens to make your teeth itch. Hey, here's the Hokie. I'm sorry for the ponderously paced start to the show today, but I didn't have a choice. This woman who was taken ill backstage is now semi-collapsed in the corner, and she is still rather conscious. It's not fair. She's called Irene and had a pacemaker fitted a few weeks ago, and now she is having issues with it. But look at her, a finer shade of blue and green you've never seen. You gotta love her spirit. We're going to get her last will and testament and revise it to include us. She overheard me. That's nice. I'm very excited. On a slightly brighter note, or maybe not, depending on how you look at it, former Big Brother host Emma Willis had surgery on her heart last week. Now, this might seem a little bit odd, considering she's only 47 years old. But apparently, she has a whale of a tale. She says she always had half a heart. Wing. The pathetic hospital, sadly, earlier this year, admitted this brat with chest pains and palpitations, so then went to the hospital and they diagnosed Ratty with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is basically where you have an extra heart that beats erratically and dangerously. Now, the only cure for this is to have the extra cheese removed. But the thing is, because Emma's cheese heart works in a different way to most other hearts, they had to send Ratty to America to have the surgery. Now, if all goes well, she should be able to identify as Florida Man. Again. Over in Argentina, Maria Becerra is having a bit of a rough time of it right now. The country star was recently rushed to hospital after suffering the second ectopic pregnancy in just 2 years. For those of you that don't know, an ectopic pregnancy is when a baby develops outside of the womb. Now, the first time she had one, she was able to keep the baby by getting emergency surgery. But sadly, this time round, the baby had already ruptured. So the only option was to remove it. Thankfully, Maria's doing okay, but she's still really just dead man walking. Back there in the UK, Liv Cripps is doing a bit better. The former Made in Chelsea star was recently given the all clear after being diagnosed with thyroid cancer earlier this year. But she has still got a long road to recovery, as she often publicly claims Shadowman lives under the cupboard. Just there. Tash Sultana, the Australian musician, is also still battling serious medical issues. Back in June, he revealed that he had an 80% chance of living after being diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. And just a couple of weeks ago, the Rat shared that he was having trouble breathing, which could mean that the cancer has spread to his KY jelly hole. Over in the US, Holly Willoughby has revealed that she's currently battling shingles. Now, if you're not familiar with shingles, it's basically chickenpox around the chimney area of the house. And because Harley's a brokeback puppet, she's been forced to pull out of hosting duties on television. Ali Bastian, the comedian and TV presenter, got cancer. And sadly, it looks like the disease wants to spread to his entire postal code. He recently shared a picture of him in a hospital bed and told his fans to enjoy adrenochrome, should they ever become high society. Now, I think it is safe to say that he was referring to his own situation rather than the news that David Wilcock is the reincarnated Edgar Cayce. And speaking of Gloria holes, Tammy Holland, the star of Benefit Street, has died of colon cancer. She was 52. My congrats go to her. Real rare winner. Amy Dowden, the Strictly Come Dancing pro, also has cancer. Just a few weeks after being told she might need a colostomy dookie satchel, she's now been told that she has cancer. Now, I don't want to be too optimistic, but this is definitely the ground floor to invest in colostomy bags by Johnston & Johnston or Abbott. Curse their offspring. We shall play the 52 card pickup and see how many of them can be picked back up before the task becomes an ordeal. Better clean your shit, Jezebel.